the wahala where the FCC they share, the probing wahala, Fayose Ondorisha. They don't share. Oh, I know Fayose na former governor of Ekiti State. They don't share Orisha. He's in court for money laundering, diversion of funds. Him and the former aide and Sabo Dasuki. From the story every day, every like say wife join. Now what's it happen? First and foremost, Fayose was the governor of Ekiti State from 2003. His tenure was supposed to end in 2007, but in 2006 he was impeached. After they impeach him, they got get acting governor. That time a PDP member, they got get acting governor. When the 1 year finished, they did another election. PDP not going to give Fayose permanent ticket again. Rather, they gave the permanent ticket to Segun Oni of PDP, who now won the election as the governor. But Segun Oni, when he finished the first term, second term, he can't lose election to ACN Kayode Fayemi. That time we never get APC, they be ACN. So he lost the election to Kayode Fayemi. After Kayode Fayemi first term, PDP look and say, who go fit win Kayode Fayemi? We need this state back. Now they hand over the permanent ticket back to Fayose, where they impeached for 2006. Now, they needed that state by all means. Good luck, Ebele Jonathan was the president. To get that state back, you needed lots of money and presidential backup. Now, let's go to Abuja. Sabo Dasuki was the national security advisor. EFCC says Sabo Dasuki stole 4.7 billion from National Security Advisor's office. They call later find out. Say that 4.7 billion, 1.2 billion from that money was given to Fayose. And they did not transfer it to Fayose, they gave it to him in cash. Through the office of the Minister of State for Defense, Musiliu Obanikoro, who is from Lagos. Now the Minister of State for Defense that time. So Sabo Dasuki sent him the money. I think he sent him about 2.2 billion. And asked him to give 1.2 billion to Fayose make it do election. They gave that money to Fayose cash. EFCC is saying that Fayose knows that thief, they thief that money. So he collect money with the thief. And person will buy with the thief is as good as a thief. So Obanikoro was in court to testify against against Ayo Fayose. Let me show you Obanikoro's testimony. Musiliu Obanikoro, a former Minister of State for Defense, on Wednesday told the Federal High Court in Abuja how about 1.2 billion naira cash was ferried in an aircraft from Lagos to Ekiti State for Ayodele Fayose, a former Ekiti State governor. The money was allegedly delivered to Mr. Fayose in July 2014, about a month before his second term election as Ekiti State governor on the platform of the People's Democratic Party (PDP). Mr. Fayose, whose first term in office was from 2003 to 2006, successfully ran for a second term in 2014 against the then incumbent governor Kayode Fayemi. Now, this is Obanikoro's testimony. At the resumed hearing on Wednesday, Mr. Obanikoro, who testified for the EFCC as a prosecution witness, said the 1.2 billion naira was airlifted to Ekiti State for Mr. Fayose because Diamond Bank, which was holding the money, was unable to disburse due to the volume of the cash. When the prosecution lawyer, Wahab Shitu, a senior advocate of Nigeria, asked Mr. Obanikoro to expatiate on the source of 1.2 billion naira, he replied that he did not know the source of the money and that he only got the information on the money from Mr. Dasuki. The witness explained that it was Mr. Dasuki who informed him that the said money had been paid into the account of Silva and McNamara Limited, Obanikoro's firm. I was a minister under Jonathan's administration in 2014. Sometime in 2014, we are going to have an election in Ekiti State. I was saddled with the responsibility of coordinating the activities in the election. Some day before the election, I got a call from Governor Fayose asking me if I received any message from him from ONSA. I recall that prior to that, we had some activities among which was fundraising for the purpose of that election. When Mr. Fayose called, I told him I would call him later. I had a phone conversation with the NSA and was told he would get back to me. After he got back to me, that 2.2 billion was paid into the account of N1.2 Naira Limited, Mr. Obanikoro revealed. The money came from the NSA. I can't vouch for the source of the funds. Only the NSA can explain the source of the fund. I handed over 1 billion 219 million cash to Agbele on aid and aid to Mr. Fayose for onward delivery to Fayose. I did not take any money or 19 million naira contrary to a publication by a Lagos-based online platform, he added. Mr. Shitu further asked the witness about his relationship with N1.2 Naira Limited. In his response, Mr. Obanikoro said, the account was created to deal with the issue of Boko Haram in Lagos. The account was created by Taiwo Karim and was used for the purpose of disbursing funds for election. I put a call through to let Mr. Fayose know that the money had been paid. Diamond Bank had said it did not have the capacity to make the funds available, so we opted to lift the funds. The funds were lifted from Lagos in 2 tranches. The volume was much. Myself, my ADC, and my security orderly were there, including a top aide of Fayose, to meet Mr. Agbele, the bank manager. I instructed my orderly to escort Mr. Agbele and ensure the safe delivery of the money, the former minister said. Asked about the source and what the funds were meant for, Mr. Obanikoro said, they were meant for our election in Ekiti. It came from Diamond Bank. 1 billion 219 million was moved from Diamond Bank out of the 2.2 billion. Diamond Bank has since merged with Access Bank PLC. Mr. Obanikoro further informed the court that Diamond Bank in Ado Ekiti, the Ekiti state capital, said it lacked the capacity to disburse such funds. He said the cash was so much that it had to be lifted twice. We lifted the funds from Lagos in 2 tranches because the aircraft could not accommodate the funds. We used 2 aircraft and I was in one of the aircraft. After listening to the testimonies, the judge, Mr. Dingba, adjourned the suit until 27th of February 2024 for continuation of trial. See, most times when we call money, now because we dey call figures, we don't see am with our eye. So you don't know how much money we are talking about. If you don't get your own 10 million in cash before, say you go back, you go withdraw 10 million, they can't give you cash. You go understand. Say 500 naira bill, 1 million at 20, 10 million at 200 bundle. That at 10 million, 100 million at 2,000. That's the bundle 2,000. You go stacker. 1 billion. Now 20,000 bundles. The money plenty so tey. One plane no fit carry am. They have to use 2 private jets to move the money to Ekiti. Now, why did they have to move the money to Ekiti? If somebody transfer you 10,000 from Kaduna, you dey Lagos, the cash not come immediately. The bank in Lagos will give you 10,000 from the money where they get already. If somebody transfer you 1 million from Kaduna, you dey Lagos, the bank will give you 1 million when they get from Lagos here. Then they're going to settle themselves later. So if somebody transfer 1 billion from Lagos to Ekiti, the bank in Ado Ekiti is supposed to give the person 1 billion from the cash they get. They're going to settle themselves later. In this case, Ado Ekiti branch not get that kind of money in cash. They did not have 1.2 billion to give to the person who they transfer the money, who is Ayo Fayose. So Obanikoro has to find a way to carry that money in cash from Lagos and go and give to Ayo Fayose in Ekiti, so they use 2 planes. Imagine the kind of money they spent for an election. Now the one we know be that too. Now Ekiti State is one of the poorest states in Nigeria. Industry is not the Ekiti State. They are majorly civil servants. If we are spending this kind of money in an election, are you expecting that the person that dropped the money will not make his money back when he wins? He go back commot the money from the coffers of the office when he win. Now where you the system, instead of that will pay salary. Because the full money wey they come Ekiti State sef, after I pay salary, if you like the money don't finish. So instead of that to pay salary, the first settle themselves first. And the person wey invest 1.2 billion, not be 1.2 billion he go collect back. Now investment, now you need to collect like 5 to 10 billion back. Now why you see say for the first tenure of the governor, he dey settle people wey sponsor enter office. Because everybody put money, go collect their money back. Now why you dey hear say they use 7 billion take shop, 22 billion take buy farm, this and that and this. Now those money they need to settle back. All of una wey they do election for na area, una go dey say wetin you go give us. Now the money be that o. No forgetting that your money don't take pay back. So that money they give you borrow money for your future. Because money when they're supposed to settle your state, when they're supposed to fix your local government. Later, now you they collect now. So they'll collect a back from una money later. But anyway, this is the situation on ground. Fayose has to defend himself in court. His wife is involved. His company is involved. Sabo Dasuki is involved. Obaniko don't touch his head. He don't turn to EFCC witness. Just for him to get his freedom. But this is the case of Ekiti State and Ayo Fayose as of this moment in time.